Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Robby joined Eagle Fang during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 3 would still happen, Robby would still be in juvie, and he would still be picked on by Sean. Those events would stay the same. Johnny would still want to try to visit Robby in juvie, but he would also try to raise money for Miguel, and much like in the original timeline, Johnny would go to the hospital and he wouldn't be able to visit Robby. Those events would stay the same. Johnny would still want to try to see Robby, and he would still see him when he was doing community service. Their interaction would stay the same. Only in this timeline, Johnny wouldn't remind him that he was the one that put Miguel in the hospital. Instead, Johnny would say that he was going to try to be there for him, so the interaction between Johnny and Robby would end on good terms, and the events of Season 3 would carry on. Kreese would still visit Robby in juvie, and he would still tell him the story about Johnny's first All Valley, and this would make Robby want to get to know Johnny better, and Kreese would still give him the advice to strike first. So Robby would still fight Sean in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. Johnny would still be helping Miguel, and eventually Miguel would recover, so Johnny would still form Eagle Fang in this timeline. Sam and Miguel would start to become friends again. The All Valley would still be cancelled, but much like in the original timeline, Miguel and Sam would help save it. Those events would stay the same, and by the time Robby gets out of juvie, Robby would choose to go with Johnny, so Robby would move in with Johnny, and the events of Season 3 would continue. Johnny would tell Robby about Eagle Fang, and he would ask him if he would like to join. Robby would want a better relationship with Johnny, and he would accept Johnny's offer, so Robby would join Eagle Fang. Miguel would be surprised to see Robby, and much like they acted in Season 5, Miguel and Robby wouldn't want anything to do with each other, and they would keep their distance. Since Robby was in Eagle Fang, Miguel would spend more time at Miyagi-Do. Sam would hear about Robby, and she would want to go see him, but Robby would notice that Miguel and Sam were spending a lot of time together, and he wouldn't want anything to do with Sam. The events of Season 3 would continue. The house fight would still happen in this timeline, but only Miyagi-Do and Miguel would be there, so Cobra Kai would have the advantage, and they would take down Miyagi-Do a lot sooner. Hawk would still have a moment of realization, and he would still be redeemed, and he would still help Miyagi-Do fight back. Those events would stay the same. Johnny would still find out about the house fight, and he would be mad, so Johnny would still confront Kreese in this timeline. But without Robby and Cobra Kai, Johnny and Kreese wouldn't fight. Daniel would still show up, and Kreese would still propose a tournament. And much like in the original timeline, Johnny and Daniel would team up, so Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do would start training together. Hawk wouldn't be happy to see Robby and Eagle Fang, and he would want to mess with him. Kreese would still get Terry Silver in this timeline. Anthony would still bully Kenny, and Kenny would still go to Robby. So Kenny would join Eagle Fang in this timeline. Johnny and Robby would spend a lot more time together. Miguel would see this, and he would start to get jealous. So Miguel would start training with Daniel a lot more. So Miguel and Robby would train in a combination of offense and defense. And that is where I'm going to end part 1. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Robby joined Eagle Fang during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.